Welcome everyone to this discussion. In this content, we will explore one program that is commonly na kinukuha ng mga students, which is the Bachelor of Science in Criminology. We will explore the reason behind its popularity and the significance among students na gustong magka-college. Also, we will discuss the subjects typically covered in criminology programs, the reason one might choose to pursue this field of study, and yung potential career paths na patutunguhan as licensed criminologist. This discussion is napakalaking tulong sa mga senior high graduates, lalo na sa mga gustong kukuha sa program na ito. So, let's begin our journey into the captivating world of criminology. To start off, let's define the field of criminology based on the definition of Commission on Higher Education Memorandum Order No. 5, Series of 2018. It is defined as the field of criminology is the study of crime and the various agencies of justice as they operate and react to crime, criminals, and victims. Kaya naman, ang misyon ng criminology program is to provide the community with professionally competent and morally upright graduates who can deliver an efficient and effective services gaya na lamang sa crime prevention. Yes, student will learn the different method kung paano maiwasan ang mga krimen. Also, the different techniques in crime detection and investigation, kung paano maresolba ang krimen. And of course, the law enforcement organization, yung history and kung ano ang mga functions ng mga police officer, at saka custody and rehabilitation of offenders. Kumbaga, ano yung ginagawa ng correctional institution kapag may kulong na ang kriminal. And lastly, criminological research. By looking for the problem encountered in law enforcement, kaya ginagawan ito ng pag-aaral. Let's say, ano nga ba ang causes of crimes? Dahil ba kulang ang ating mga police personnel? Or hindi nag-cooperate ang community itself? Or maybe the victim gives opportunity to the criminals. Bakit hindi napipigilan ng mga ito? And what is the best way to stop it? That is why research is also important in the field of criminology. Now that we have a general idea of what criminology entails, let's explore the subjects typically covered in a criminology program. When you enroll on this program in Bachelor of Science in Criminology, as a student, you need to identify ano nga ba yung mga courses na dapat mong pag-aralan. Because when you finish this program, hindi pa dyan natatapos yung pag-aaral mo. You need to prepare yourself doon sa pinakamahirap na exam na may encounter mo sa buhay. This is the licensure examination for criminologists. Ito yung dapat paghahandaan ng criminology students. Kaya naman, let's discuss all the courses na mayroon tayo. But before that, sa college life, dapat alam mo ang mga terms na ito, mga college term na ito. When I said course, kapag sinabi kong course, ito yung mga subjects. Let's say for example, the English, the mathematics, Filipino, and etc. Yan yung courses. And kapag sinabi naman natin ng program, ito yung kung ano ang kurso na kinuha mo. Let's say, BS in Criminology, BS in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, or Electrical Engineering, or Tourism, and etc. And kapag naman makarinig kayo ng word na college, let's say, yung program ng Business, Bachelor of Science in Criminology, anong college ito? You may answer from the College of Criminal Justice Education, or the college, or the CCJE. CCJE composed of Bachelor of Science in Criminology, and meron ding Bachelor of Science in Industrial Security. Pero, bihira lang yung mga institution na nag-offer ng Industrial Security. So, yung ibang college naman, meron tayong tinatawag na CTE or the College of Teacher Education. So, ano ang mga different programs na meron sa CTE? Meron diyang Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, BS in Elementary Education, or all program na under sa teacher education. Meron ding CBE. Now, when we talk about CBE, the College of Business Education, yung program na under sa CBE are the Bachelor of Science in Business Education, the BS in Office Administration, or BS in Accountancy, or maybe BS in Information Technology, at iba pa. So I hope that you are not confused in this matter. Okay, first up are the general education courses, or commonly called as the Gen Ed courses or minor courses. In the field of criminology, it comprises 3 sub-courses. Yung Gen Ed courses comprises ito ng 3 sub-courses. These are the core courses, elective courses, and mandated courses. Unahin natin yung core courses. Since core courses is comprises of 8 courses. Bilong dito ang ethics, art appreciation, purposive communication, mathematics in the modern world, understanding the self or the general psychology, readings in the Philippine history, science, technology, and society, and the contemporary world. So dito naman sa elective courses, merong 3, pero discretionary ito ng institution or yung school ninyo kung ano ang ilagay nila sa elective courses, as long as it does not talks about criminology. Now, some example of these are the Filipinos courses and literatures. Lastly, dito sa Gen Ed courses is mandated courses. Ito yung last ng sub-courses sa Gen Ed courses, which is mandated courses. Yung mandated course, isa lang, the life and works of Rizal. Sometimes, we ask ourselves why we need to talk about the life of Rizal. Na criminology naman yung kurso na kinuha ko. Well, it is a mandated course which all programs dapat talagang kukuha ng course na ito, either education ka man, accountancy, engineering, IT, or iba pa. Also, we have the Gen Ed course which is talks about the general chemistry. So overall, that are the Gen Ed courses. Now that we're done talking about the general education courses, let's move on to the physical education courses. So in the field of criminology, the physical education courses take on a unique and crucial role in preparing students for the challenges they may face in their future careers. Yes, these courses known as the defense tactics courses, no? Sa ibang course, it is called as the physical education or PE, but here in criminology, it is called as a defense tactics or DIFTAC. Okay? So, it provides comprehensive training in various martial arts discipline, ensuring that students are equipped with essential skills to protect themselves and others in real-life situations. So, una is the DIFTAC 1 and DIFTAC 2. So, DIFTAC subjects composed of 4. DIFTAC 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, DIFTAC 1 and 2 form the foundation of these courses where students delve into the world of martial arts. Yes, each institution offers a distinct selection of martial arts. Depende yun sa school kung anong martial arts ang ina-apply. Example, sa martial arts na ituturo sa students, maybe taekwondo, either judo, karate, jiu-jitsu, and mixed martial arts. No, depende yan sa school na ina-apply. Through training and practice, of course, yung mga estudyante natin will develop physical strength, agility, discipline, of course, self-confidence. Kaya, piniprepare ng program na ito its students to learn how to defend oneself and others. Because we all know how dangerous the job of a law enforcer. So, if you cannot defend yourself, how would you defend others? Moving on to DIFTAC 3, this course focused towards first aid and water survival. Students are trained in a comprehensive range of first aid techniques, enabling them to provide immediate assistance in a different of emergency situations, whether mag-CPR ka, treating wounds, or stabilizing fractures. Talagang malalearn ng mga students yung mga knowledge and skills that is necessary to save lives. Moreover, DIFTAC 3 does not talks about first aiding only, but also tuturuan din yung mga estudyante in water survival skills. Kung hindi ka marunong lumangoy, tuturuan ka sa proper na paglangoy. And if you know already how to swim, tuturuan ka for maintaining personal safety and assisting others when necessary. Finally, is the Defense Tactic 4. The curriculum includes the fundamental of marksmanship courses, yung mag-shoot kayo. A vital component in the training of future professionals in the field of criminology. This course provide a student with comprehensive knowledge about ano talaga yung function ng firearm, the firearm mechanism, kung how firearm works, the different parts of the firearm, ano yung talagang parte, ano yung mga name sa parts ng firearms, and also the proper handling techniques para talagang mai-aim mo yung target. Not only sa theory, but also students have practical demonstration. You will have the chance to shoot different firearms under controlled and supervised conditions. We offering a well-rounded curriculum that combines martial arts, first aid and water survival skills, and firearm education. These defense tactic courses ensure that students are thoroughly prepared to face the challenges and demands on a career in criminology. Kasi di ba, when you become part of the law enforcement someday, or in a real-life situation, you know how to defend yourself. Another course that offers in this curriculum is what we call the ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps. Ano nga ba ang ituturo dito sa ROTC? Of course, a student will learn in becoming a good leader, instill discipline, and foster a strong sense of responsibility. Military kasi yung concept ng ROTC, either Philippine Army, Philippine Navy, or Philippine Air Force. Some student kasi gusto mag-military, kaya nag-enroll ng criminology at kumukuha ng 72 units din mag-proceed ng military. Well, if you wish to become part of military, in ROTC mayroon mga trainings and examination na magiging commission officer ka. Since tapos na tayo sa Gen Ed courses, DEFTA courses, and ROTC courses, let's proceed for the professional courses. In professional courses in studying criminology, it composed of two sub-courses. One is core courses, and second is the major courses. Under the core courses, we have the CLG's courses, or the Criminal Law and Jurisprudence. Criminal Law and Jurisprudence comprises of 6 areas, CLG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In CLG 1, it talks about the introduction of criminal justice system. Ano ba yung i-discuss dito? Of course, it covers the 5 pillars of criminal justice system, namely, law enforcement, prosecution, judiciary, penology, and the community. Dito naman sa CLG 2, it talks about the human rights education. The topics covered generally include, of course, basically in the Philippine Constitution and its Bill of Rights. Next is CLG 3. Ano ba dito sa CLG 3? Of course, CLG 3 focus in criminal law, specifically Book 1. In studying criminology, it pertains to the first part of the revised penal code. No? Sa Book 1, ito yung first part ng revised penal code, which it is the key legal frameworks used in Philippine criminal justice system. Of course, Book 1 covers the general principle of criminal law, including the elements of crimes, stages of execution, and the circumstances that affect criminal liability. Basically, in Criminal Law 1, i-define lang dito kung ano yung mga acts that are punishable by law. Then, followed by Criminal Law Book 2. Yung Criminal Law Book 2, it is the second part of the revised penal code. Kumbaga, continuation ito sa Criminal Law Book 1. Dito naman sa Book 2, i-identify lang dito what are the crimes in the Philippines and their penalties. Example of crimes. Crimes against person. Ano ba yung mga crimes against person? Like murder, rape, homicide, and physical injuries. And another are crimes against property. like theft, robbery, or arson. So that are example of crimes under Book 2. I-define dyan sa Book 2 what are the example of crimes. Well, tapos na natin na-discuss yung CLG 1, CLG 2, 3, and 4. Now, let's proceed to the CLG 5 or CLG 105. It is an evidence. Now, under this course, student will know what are the different types of evidence or ano yung mga evidence that is admissible in court. Baka kung ikaw yung magiging investigator, alam mo na yung i-collect mong evidence for an specific crime. Last topic sa CLG courses is the CLG 6. Ano yung CLG 6? It is criminal procedure and court testimony. Dito sa course na ito, tuturuan ang mga estudyante kung ano ba, kung how to process, kung paano ba i-process yung complaint, how to conduct arrest, and basically ano yung ginagawa sa loob ng korte. And that are the core courses composed of CLG subject. Now, let's move on to the major courses under sa professional courses. Post na natin yung core courses, proceed tayo sa professional courses. First is the criminology subject. No? Criminology subject, which is formerly known as sociology of law. This comprises of 8 criminology subjects. Criminology 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. In Criminology 1, talks about the introduction to criminology. In the realm of criminology studies, Criminology 1 or the introduction to criminology stand as the foundation course that ignites the curiosity and set stage of the aspiring criminologist. It covers what? The definition and scope of criminology. No, you define dyan kung ano yung criminology. Discovering its interdisciplinary natures or intertwining psychology, sociology, law, and criminal justice. Next is Criminology 102. Criminology 102 talks about theories of crime causation. Malalaman dito ng mga estudyante what are the various theories explaining the causes of criminal behavior, including either biological, psychological, sociological, and environmental factors. What are the example of influential theories? These are the classical criminology, positivist criminology, strain theory, social learning theory, leveling theory, and rational choice theory, and etc. Marami pang different theories that explain causes of criminal behavior. Next, for theories of crime causation is the Criminology 103, Human Behavior and Victimology. Under sa course na ito, student will learn what are normal behavior, yes, but most especially the different types of abnormal behavior, no? And also, victimology, student will understand later kapag makuha na nila ang course na ito that some victims has big contribution in criminality. Kaya, na-commit yung crime kasi nga nagbigay ng opportunity yung victims doon sa criminals. That is the study of victimology. And for the next major courses in the area of criminology, which is Criminology 104, is the professional conduct and ethical standards. Of course, the student will develop the skills necessary to make ethical decisions and maintain the highest level of professionalism in their future careers within the area of criminal justice system. Next is Criminology 105. Ano ba yung tinutukoy dito sa Criminology 105? This is the juvenile delinquency and juvenile justice system. Dito naman sa course na ito, student will know what will happen to a minor offender if he or she committed a crime and what are the agency that holds these minor offenders. Another major courses in criminology is Criminology 106, which is the dispute resolution and crisis management. In this course, criminology students will know how to resolve disputes like sa barangay or sa barangay level, ikaw dapat yung magre-resolba ng mga kaguluhan, hindi yung ikaw yung kasama sa gulo. Next, is the Criminology 107 and Criminology 108. It is a criminological research 1 and research 2. Of course, as a criminology students, dapat din tayong matuto how to conduct research. No? Well, we need to admit that most of criminology students ay mahina talaga sa paggawa ng research. But I tell you, research is very interesting. Lalo na't kapag ikaw yung mismong mag-engage dito. Overall, this is the first area of major subject, which is the criminology, comprises of 8 different courses, namely, Introduction to Criminology, Theories of Crime Causation, Human Behavior and Victimology, Professional Conduct and Ethical Standard, Juvenile Delinquency and Juvenile Justice System, Dispute Resolution and Crisis Management, and lastly, Criminological Research 1 and Criminological Research 2. Let's proceed to the next areas of major course in studying criminology, called as the Law Enforcement Administration courses, comprises of 4 subtopics. First is LEA 101. In LEA 101, it is called as the Law Enforcement Organization and Administration, which talks about the law enforcement organization, what are their salaries, their ranks, the history of police, and the law enforcement function, or ano ba talaga ang trabaho ng isang pulis. Second is the LEA 102. And LEA 102 talks about the comparative models in policing. In this course, student will identify the models in policing of law enforcement in the Philippines. Pero hindi lang dyan. In this course also, ikukumpara dito kung ano ang models in policing of law enforcement sa ibang bansa para malaman kung ano yung mga effective models in policing and what countries that are best when it comes to law enforcement. Next is the third one, the LEA 103, Introduction to Industrial Security Concept. Dito naman sa course na ito, student will explore the concept such as risk assessment, threat analysis, access control, and emergency response planning in industrial settings. Lastly is the LEA 104. Under the LEA 104, it talks about the law enforcement operation and planning with crime mapping. Of course, as a student, malalaman mo na how law enforcement operate, no? Paano ba mag-operate yung law enforcement? Of course, how they conduct patrol, how to conduct checkpoint, what is the basic requirements of police intervention operation, when to use megaphones, when to apply warning shots, when to use deadly weapons, when deadly force and reasonable force. Overall, this is the second area of major course in studying criminology, which comprises of 4 courses, namely Law Enforcement Organization and Administration, Comparative Models in Policy, Introduction to Industrial Security Concept, and lastly, the Law Enforcement Operation and Planning with Crime Mapping. Let's proceed to the next areas of major courses in studying criminology, called as the forensic courses, comprises of six subtopics. First is forensic photography. In this course, a student will know how photographs are important, and what kind of photographs are acceptable for court presentation, and also the different techniques sa pagkuha ng litrato. Second is Forensic 2. Forensic 2 is the personal identification techniques. In this course, a student will know what are the different personal identification techniques. Because of these techniques, malalaman natin yung unidentified body by applying scientific methods. Ituturo yan dito. Third, Forensic 3. In Forensic 3, it talks about the forensic chemistry and toxicology. Student will know the comprehensive understanding of the principles, techniques, and analysis method used to identify and analyze chemical substances in forensic investigation. They also learn about the detection and analysis of drugs, poisons, and other toxic substances, as well as the interpretation of their effects on the human body. Pang-apat naman is the forensic 4, which is the question document examination. Student will know the comprehensive understanding of the techniques and methodologies used to analyze various types of document, such as handwriting, signatures, alteration, counterfeit documents, and other question materials. Also, they learn how to compare and evaluate question documents against known standard, authentic documents, and provide expert opinions in legal proceedings. Yung panglima is the forensic 5, the lie detection techniques. Sa lie detection techniques naman, student will learn about the various techniques employed in the field, such as polygraph testing, voice analysis, and statement analysis. Also, student will know paano i-detect if yung tao ay nagsasalita ng katotohanan or hindi using scientific methods. Lastly is the forensic 6, talks about the forensic ballistics. In this course, student will learn how to examine firearms, identify and compare bullet and cartridge characteristic, analyze gunshot residue, and reconstruct shooting incident. Also, i-discuss din yung firearm mechanism from internal, external, and terminal. Overall, this is the third area of major course in studying criminology, which comprises of 6 courses. What are they? Forensic photography, personal identification techniques, forensic chemistry and toxicology, ano pa yon? Question document examination, lie detection techniques, and lastly, the forensic ballistics. Now, let's proceed to the next areas of major courses in studying criminology, called as the crime detection and investigation courses, which comprises of 9 subtopics. Una is the CDI 1. This is the fundamentals of criminal investigation and intelligence. This course is a foundational courses na nag-provide sa mga students sa mga essential knowledge and skills in the field of criminal investigation and intelligence. Well, student will also know how to identify and locate ang crimes and the criminals. Pangalawa is the specialized crime investigation 1 with legal medicine. In this course, student will know the different techniques in conducting specialized crime investigation. Specifically, nagpo-focus sa legal medicine kasi in legal medicine, student will know when the time of death is, the cause of death, and the last position of the dead body. Ang pangatlo naman is the specialized crime investigation 2. This is the continuation of specialized crime investigation 1 with simulation on interrogation and interview. Well, student expand their knowledge and skills in handling complex criminal cases. Kung papaano mag-conduct ng interview na makuha mo yung admission and confession ng witness. Also, during din sa interrogation sa witness, student will also learn the different techniques para makuha rin yung admission and confession sa witness. Yung pang-apat naman is the traffic management and accident investigation with driving. In this course, student will understand kung ano yung mga traffic laws, regulation, and best practices for maintaining safe and efficient traffic flow. Malalaman din ng mga students how to conduct traffic accident investigation, including techniques for document accident scenes, paano din mag-collect ng evidence, and the analyzing factors contributing to the incident. Additionally, tuturuan din kayo mag-drive ng motor vehicles kasi kasama ito sa curriculum. And yung panglima is the technical English 1. This is an investigative report writing and presentation. Well, in this course, student will learn the principle and techniques of writing comprehensive and concise investigative report. Diba? Tuturuan kayo kung paano gumawa ng investigative report. Yung pang-anim is the fire protection and arson investigation. Well, in this course, student will learn how to identify and analyze evidence related to fire incident, including the recognition of fire patterns, the collection of sample for analysis, and the preservation of the fire scene. Yung pang-pito is the CDI 7, Vice and Drug Education and Control. This is one of the very interesting topic in studying criminology, since in this course, student will learn about the effect of drugs on individual and society, the different types of illicit substances, and the methods used in drug education and prevention programs. Kaya, dapat dito pa lang tinuturo na sa mga estudyante na iwasan ang ma-involve sa droga dahil malalaman nila kung ano ang epekto ng droga sa katawan ng tao. And for the number 8 is the CDA 8 Technical English 2. This is the continuation of the Technical English 1, which is legal forms. In this course, student will know the necessary vocabulary, yung grammar, yung syntax to understand, interpret, and draft legal forms. Yung mga legal forms such as paano magawa ng affidavits, paano magawa ng complaints, yung warrants, and subpoenas. Student will also learn the proper format sa paggawa ng investigative report, yung style, yung structure required for drafting legal documents with, of course, clarity, accuracy, and adherence to legal requirements. Kasi nga, dapat during sa pag-aaral pa lang, ituturo na sa mga estudyante kung paano gawin ang investigative report so that kapag nasa field na sila, expert na sila sa pag-construct ng report. And lastly, the CDI 9, which is the Introduction of Cybercrime. In this course, a student will gain knowledge about the nature of cybercrime, the different types of cyber offenses, and the legal frameworks and investigative techniques used to combat cyber threats. Malalaman ng mga estudyante kung ano ang dapat iwasan para hindi ma-involve for cyber offenses at yung mga acts na akala nila okay lang dahil sa epekto ng social media pero bawal pala ito. Overall, this is the fourth area of major course in studying criminology, which comprises of 9 sub-courses. What are they? Fundamental of Criminal Investigation and Intelligence, Specialized Crime Investigation 1 and 2, Traffic Management and Accident Investigation, Technical English 1 and 2, Fire Protection and Arson Investigation, Vice and Drug Education and Control, and lastly, the Introduction to Cybercrime. Let's proceed now to the next areas of major courses in studying criminology called as the Correctional Administration courses comprises of 3 subtopics. Una is the CA1 or the Correctional Administration 1, Institutional Correction. It is a course commonly offered in criminology programs which student will know kung ano ang proseso sa isang kriminal kapag nag-serve na sa kanilang sentensya. Also, they will identify the different prison correction dito sa ating bansa. Yung pangalawa is non-institutional. Kanina, institutional. Ngayon is non-institutional corrections. In this course, student will learn what is the importance of non-institutional corrections. Why some criminals is maagang na-release sa loob ng prison institution. Kasi siguro nabigyan ito ng probation or maybe a parole. Lastly is the therapeutic modalities. Ito yung pangatlo. In this course, student will learn about the cognitive behavioral therapy, psychodynamic therapy, group therapy, family therapy, and other evidence-based intervention used in the field of criminology. Also, yung mga estudyante, malalaman din nila na sa loob ng kulungan, yung mga criminals ay ina-undergo din ng different treatment, such as additional treatment, anger management, trauma-informed care, and mental health intervention within the criminal justice system. Overall, this is the 5th area of major course in studying criminology, which comprises of 3 courses, namely institutional correction, non-institutional correction, and therapeutic modalities. By the way, there are 6 areas in studying criminology. Yung pang-anim ay yung CLG subject, yung criminal law and jurisprudence na i-discuss ko kanina. The 6 areas in studying criminology are, first, criminal law and jurisprudence or the CLG subject, CLG courses. Pangalawa is the Law Enforcement Administration or the LEA. Next is the Crime Detection and Investigation or the CDI. Next is Forensic. Yung panglima is the Criminology or Sociology. And yung pang-anim is the Correctional Administration or the CA. So that are the 6 areas in studying criminology. So we're done on the 6 areas in studying criminology. There are also other core sources under this curriculum. It comprises of 4. We have the CFLM 1 and 2 and the OGT 1 and 2. For the CFLM 1 and 2, CFLM 1 instill nationalism and patriotism, while CFLM 2 is focusing on developing leadership, decision-making, and management skills for the criminology students. Dito naman sa OGT 1 and 2, OGT has 270 hours sa OGT 1 and another 270 hours for the OGT 2. These are practical training. This internship provides students with the opportunity to gain hands-on experience in real-world settings related to criminology. Well, they will place with different agency na pwede nilang pagtatrabahuan sooner when they finish their study. So, why I encourage you to pursue a program in criminology? There are several compelling reasons. First, criminology offers a unique opportunity to make a difference in society by working towards the prevention and reduction of crime. And kapag nakapagtapos ka sa programa na ito, and you pass the licensure examination for criminologists, marami kang mapapasukan na trabaho. Well, under Republic Act 11131 or also known as the Philippine Criminology Profession Act of 2018, these are some career paths for criminologists. First, you will become a law enforcement officer. No? Magiging police ka. Pwede ka mag-apply sa pagiging law enforcer. Correctional officer. Bureau of Fire Personnel, Forensic Science Specialist, Private Investigator, Security Specialist, Crime Analyst, Policy and Planning, Victim Advocate, Risk Management, Consultant, Community Relation Officer, Probation and Parole Officer, a Mediator, Human Rights Advocate, Emergency Management Specialist, Cybersecurity Analyst, Court Administrator, Juvenile Justice Officer, Crime Prevention Specialist, and also pwede kang mag-academ. You can also teach. Ito yung mga career paths na na-mention under RA 11131 kapag graduate ka as criminology and you pass the licensure examination for criminologists. Alright, we're done for today. Big thanks to everyone who joined. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and share with your friends. I'm eager to read your comments and suggestions below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss what's coming next. Thanks again, take care, and keep on learning. Salamat igsoon.